Morning guys, Wednesday the 9th of September. And the clients yesterday later on in the day, and both have supervision around their work, and also one in particular was looking at developing her own business. And well, that's everything from domain name, looking at what type of insurance she needs to sort of consider, what she'll want on a website, i.e. the type of information, how that might engage others, what they will want to know about her and so forth. And she'd already sent me the logo that she was pretty sure about in terms of what's going to go on her business cards and website and so on, and also the meaning behind it, which I thought was really quite lovely, actually really connected with what she was trying to communicate in her work and the clients. But she asked me at one point, oh, what do you think? I was thinking about tweaking it, and I asked her what she meant by that, and then at some point she sort of mentioned about the perfectionist in her, was just perhaps wondering whether to just change the image just slightly. And then when I asked her another question about that, she actually then turned around and said, no, actually I feel, my gut feeling is this is right, this is, I'm comfortable with this, I don't need to do any more to it. And I think sometimes that is literally the case. You can spend time thinking about how something's coming across and what it represents. And of course, you want when something represents you, the service you're offering, you absolutely want it to represent something about you and what you're offering, so it communicates relatively clearly. But at the same time, there's a point where you also, I think, need to just go, do you know what? Don't worry about too many of the dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Just jump in there, and just get on with getting some of the work in. So I think sometimes there comes a point where it's got to go, right, that's it, it's got to jump in there, and do it and see what comes of it. Similar when my brother was developing his business, and we were sort of giving him some support and some sort of mentoring around that. And at one point, like many people do, got a bit caught up with, the name itself and what it will mean, and different ideas that can almost become a little bit overwhelming, including, his imagery on cards, flyers and so on. And then I think there was a moment where he went, I know, just, got to sort of get on with it really. And that's pretty much what he's done. And I mean, he's got great work opportunities for his gardening and property maintenance business that he's already out there doing it, and also because of that, a couple of people who have seen what he's doing in the area are also asking about his services as well. So just that again. Sometimes there's the point at which you've got to go, okay, enough thinking, enough prep, enough mulling over. Do I do it this way, that way, the other way? I'm just going to take the jump, take the leap and see what happens. So yeah, I think there comes a point in anything we're doing in life, whether it be, starting a new business or a new venture, or making certain decisions about could be relationships, ideas that you have, travelling. There comes a point where you have to put aside or let go then of the prep and the plans and the thinking about, and just go, okay, now let's do it, let's jump in there, let's get our, what I call, get your hands dirty a bit, then gotta experience stuff. Because I think ultimately, don't get me wrong, plan and prep is important, but ultimately you do then get, most of the learning comes from the actual experience and the doing itself. I remember those moments where when I did my initial coaching training, CTI, going back, about 17, it's frightening actually, think back like that, about 17, 18 years ago, and they talk, they demonstrate and show a skill. I love the way they always had two leaders at the front to represent and demonstrate the proactive approach that they also modelled and said, this was what a lot of the work was based on. So they'd give you some theory, but then they'd very much just show you, demonstrate it, and then there'd be a moment where they'd then go, right, so now, you got to do it. Just, get in there, practice it. And I think there's a moment where in that, just now got to step in and do it, or take on a particular role, or be the first person to do whatever that is. You have a little moment of, whether that be a little pause, a little bit of, tiny bit of anxiety, a tiny little bit of, can I do this sort of thing, or, I hope it's going to go okay, or what often happens as well is you go into your head a little bit, and actually the best thing in that situation is to just let it go and just go, literally open your mouth actually, okay, I'm going to do this. And in fact, that's what I would often do. If in any of that type of work or training or courses that I'm actually on myself, that I'm participating in, I'll often be the first person who will say, yeah, I'll do it, I'll have a go, I'll be, the first to put my hand up. And I almost know instinctively that if I do that and don't really think about it, even though I might then have a moment once I've done it thinking, shoot, what have I just said? What have I just let myself in for? What have I just agreed to? It works for me because then I know that I'm not overthinking it and get it out of the way. I can just get in there, just get on with it and do it. And also then, part of my, strategy is once I've done that, I can focus on engaging with and, watching, learning from how other people are doing it as well. And I can be much more present with them as opposed to thinking to myself, oh, hang on a minute, my slot's coming up sooner, when am I going to do that? Or, oh, perhaps I could do it like this, that or the other. So I find that just putting your hand up or, opening your mouth without thinking too much in those sort of situations work for me. So yeah, just sort of thinking perhaps it would be today or this week or this month, just maybe, make a note of where are the opportunities, where rather than overthinking something, being too cautious about it, it might actually serve you well if you just jump in, just say yes, have a go, be the first, and see what learning it can bring you, what development, what stretch, what awareness. Take a leap of faith. Take the jump. Just trying to, I can't remember it now off the top of my head. There's that quote, isn't it? And they said, come to the edge, and they were like, no. I said, come to the edge, and then they jumped and they flew. Get going, Will, this way. Will. Good girl. So I'm going to have to now have thought about that, and I know that I haven't got it completely spot on at all. I'm going to have to find that quote again now. So guys, have the rest of a woozy, wonderful, wacky Wednesday, and shall speak to you later. Take care, bye.